Am I planning to stream international scrims? Probably not. My planned streams before going to the major myself are this one here, and then one more tomorrow. We're going to be streaming just one show match tomorrow, and following that, we're going to be streaming 3 show matches on a Sunday, and I think that'll probably be all I've got time for. I'll try and probably sneak in a show match if I can on Monday, but I can't make any promises. My PC is currently in the repair shop. Hopefully that'll be ready for Monday, and I could maybe stream some international scrims. We'll have to wait and see. I'm traveling out myself on Tuesday, so that's definitely not going to be streaming on Tuesday. I don't know, you never know. Maybe I'll be able to sneak a stream at the event. We'll have to wait and see. That's a lovely shot by Daniel. Difficult to get much of an angle from these positions when for your first touch is pretty much, well, it's already on target. You really have to air roll perfectly to get enough of a change of direction on it. That's exactly what he's done. So we've got 1-1 at the start of this game. Going to be 2-1. Daniel kickoff goal, making sure of that. I'm excited to see if Dandroid makes an appearance today in either of the best of 5 that he's going to be playing in. Or sorry, no, he's only playing this one. So will he make an appearance today or at all in this event? He's playing in all 3 days. I'm going to be streaming this one against a different player each day. Was, the guy to beat right now in the minds of many. He is continuing to challenge the best in the world and make a case for himself as the absolute best, even with the ping disadvantage. Nice heavy shot there from Rw9, but what's a save by Daniel. He's going to fly onto the boost without any issues. They're not all in Europe. Rw9 is in the Middle East. Crunching shot from Daniel puts him up 3-1. And yeah, it's all been about air roll shots for Daniel so far. One kickoff goal, but apart from that, a couple of air roll shots, one from close range, one from distance. Really put Rw9 under pressure. Now, Rw9 pretty much dominated the 2 recent tournament wins that he's had. Of course, neither of them contained Daniel or any American players. This is going to be a bit new to him. Daniel has got success against North American players in the past. Oh, what a shot that is. Daniel's absolutely popped off there. It's so impressive that he managed to pull this one back. Look at the angle of his takeoff. The touch to the backward there needed to be absolutely perfect if he was going to get back to it. And he did. 4-1. Daniel really showing up huge at the start of this game. Rw9 salvaging a bit of a misjumped kickoff there. It's still going to be Daniel's ball to play. Goes for the demo. No contact, and Rw9 gets to flex those defensive pre-jumps that have been so important for his recent success. Daniel staying low on the challenge there. Low enough, I should say, because he did challenge a little bit high. But not too high to fall prey to Rw9's attempted low 50. Rw9 trips him up now in the back corner. Daniel being tested with the boost management, and he's actually lost quite a bit there as he hit the ball away from himself, but he's sticking to it. Now he's actually going to go for a shot on net here. Not a lot of boost left. Rw9 just about sticks it in a safe location, and again, will Daniel leave the counter-attack open? Yes, he will. He thought about going for the boost steal, turned after realizing it was probably an overextension, but it was a bit too late by then. He had committed too far. Schmack, thanks for the prime. Also, Mitchell Deer, thanks for 16-month tier 1. Welcome back to you. Excel Hurt Hainer, thanks for the 3-month prime. I probably said that wrong. Boxpal, thanks to the 23-month prime. Ionic Liger with the 28-month tier 1. Omnis with the 11-month prime. And also, you can call me Ruben, thanks to the 15-month prime. Daniel's really looking good offensively today. This is huge because not many players have been able to make Rw9 look uncomfortable in defense recently. If he can keep this up, then his winning chances will be definitely as good as anyone, maybe better than anyone has seen face Rw9 recently. Incredible, thanks to 100 bits. Passable Passer with 29-month prime, welcome back. KZ Butler 12 with the 31-month tier 1. To Wumbo with the 77-month tier 1. I think that might be all the man stats. He's insane either way, and sweet for you, thanks to 31-month. It's a tier 1, yeah, I had to check. Really appreciate the support in these streams, guys. Remember to check out ProDrops and give them some love for making this possible. Shout out to all the players as well for putting their pride on the line and showing up to play ones this close to the first Big Threes event of the new season. Daniel 6-2. He does connect the demo this time. He went for one of these earlier and it didn't pay off, but it's like Rw9 might have just jumped a bit late there. Yes, this is best of 5 for those of you asking. Usually, by the time players of this caliber face, they're in the best of 7 stage of tournaments, but this is all best of 5 throughout this event. Daniel denying Rw9. Any real good look at goal there. What's Daniel got in store here? Rw9 reads him perfectly. Does not land on the boost, however. Daniel does, and I think he scored it. Yes, he has. Not the most confident finish there from Daniel, with the other side of the goal being completely open. But a rare mistake in defense there from Rw9. He did correctly read what Daniel was planning on the ball, but usually in those positions he flies back down onto the corner boost. This time Daniel forced him into tricky enough position that it was not possible for him to recover with the angle that he took off with. Mechanical Dan showing up today in fine form. Rw9 has not played a terrible game here by any means, but Daniel has just been the aggressor for the majority of this game, and the successful aggressor. I mean, Rw9 has got to play, he's been able to play his game. This is usually what he does. He sits back and counter punches. Daniel's aerial shots, his explosivity, and his recoveries have really made him unplayable in this game, and that's a great save. Daniel going to follow it up with a celebratory 360 spin. Rw9 tries to land on him with no luck. Time getting away from him now. He's kind of forced to turn. Now well played though, Rw9 on the infield. Recovery from Daniel is immaculate though. The mix-up from Rw9 is not enough. It's too late, and Daniel should be able to secure the win here. Just with one more possession play. He's going to go big for it though. Try and make it a 5-goal lead once again. Flip is his. The goal is not yet his though. Rw9 threatening that double save, forcing Daniel wide into the corner. He might still be playing for the win, you know. This is not completely over. A decent read there from Rw9 as well to make it a 3-goal difference. 17 seconds left. Of course, you all know that anything other than kickoff goals will mean Daniel wins this match. If he can just pick up the ball after any of the following 3 kickoffs, this game will be his. You know, that wasn't far off being a kickoff goal for Rw9. Went for the big win. Couldn't get it, and he nearly got a goal on the follow-up as well, so solid effort. But Daniel has too much of an advantage at this point, and we'll have the 1-game advantage as we kick off the series. EU free. Yeah, it's funny how that works for a lot of NA viewers. I've seen in a couple of recent YouTube comments, people are asking, how do you pronounce these names? Because the Middle East scene, the Middle East 1 scene is still pretty new to the wider audience in Rocket League, but do not underestimate them. All of us who are hardcore fans of the game know that these Middle East players are easily RLCS quality, RLCS International LAN quality. And Rw9's team, Rw9, is the finest example of that. I think they'd be a threat to anyone on the world stage. It's only a matter of time before we see them compete on the world stage. Hopefully this season at some point. I'm sure at the World Championship, but even better would be with 2 spots next season. Now that is the most controlled defensive display we've seen so far from Rw9. Just intentionally chipping the ball up into his own crossbar to then counter Daniel's advance. He's not able to counter this, so Daniel with a quick counter down the middle, counter attack with the dribble. That's a very efficient move there from Daniel. Not a lot of boost, but he accelerated the ball pretty much as he can in that position. Rw9 will be pretty annoyed that he didn't finish off the long shot, because he did bait Daniel exceptionally well with that little chip into his own crossbar in defense. It's positions like these that you need to be fearful of Rw9, because he looks uncomfortable. He looks like he might have landed awkwardly. If you know him and if you've seen him play as much as we have, you'll know that he really is just trying to bait overextensions from his opponents as he continues to read at their every move. Will that prove to be one? Lovely bounce for Rw9 to play with. The air dribble is his, flip is his, and the early usage of said flip will tie the game. Daniel was up in the air to try and stop him. Rw9 immediately used the reset there to just pop the ball directly in off the bar. Gorgeous shot. for 1-1. Nice little power slide landing there from Rw9 to pick up the mid boost. He's trying to get Daniel jumping in incorrectly, and he does. Daniel flopping like a fish out of water on this save. Very convincing mind game by Rw9 to make it happen. Starting to get a better read on Daniel, who did dominate game 1, both on the score sheet and in terms of pressure. Here's Daniel's landing. It's absolutely perfect. 2-2. That is phenomenal by Daniel. Immediately up in the air. He read that Rw9 was going to try and make a quick play on this one. And he landed to, I'd say, comfortably finish the open net as well. No difficulty for Daniel on that play. Daniel getting a little bit of a bounce to play with. He's got Rw9 shadowing here, and he 50s underneath him. Rw9 really did not get what he wanted there. Daniel had a bouncing ball. Rw9 was probably trying to hide behind it, given the fact that he's just power slid into a shadowing position there. But the fact the ball was bouncing and not sitting on top of Daniel's car meant that he could see exactly what Rw9 was up to in that play, and countered it immediately. Absolutely no delay. Great reflex save there from Daniel. Escapes the wall dash demo attempt from Rw9 as well. It's a bit of careless conceding of possession. Loses out on the mid boost. Almost. Snapshots on target though. A bit slow with the tricky shot. Oh, how about that flick from Rw9? Just plays it around Daniel. He knew that the challenge was coming. Look how close Daniel is to connecting this challenge. The flick needed to be in that direction in order to go past him. Closer game, but still on a knife edge, and in a series like this against a Daniel who's been in such hot form recently, winning the ProDrops NA1's Invitational with his alter alias Dandroid, and forcing Jack to reverse sweep him in another recent tournament. He's in phenomenal ones form. Again, 50-50's the ball past Rw9. How often can you say that twice in a game? But he's gone under him with the offensive drive, and now in the midfield battle, he goes around the side of him. Daniel, excellent positions on these 50-50s, and now defends well on an attempted double tap from Rw9. Fake from Rw9 there, flipping away to grab mid boost. Daniel has predicted the early challenge. He is inside Rw9's head right now. Rw9 attempting to up the aggression in game 2. Didn't like to sit back as much as he did in game 1. But Daniel saw that coming a mile away. I mean, Rw9 didn't get goal side before challenging. He was coming in a bit blatantly, but the fact that Daniel has anticipated that, he's ready for it, shows that he's realized that Rw9 has upped the aggression in this second game. He's trying to fight more from the midfield, doesn't like to sit back in defense against Daniel, it would seem. Both players are absolutely destroying each other with offensive 50-50s. Rw9 just planting himself behind the ball there. That definitely qualifies right up until the last moment as a bot Fennec air dribble. Just getting behind the ball, air steering into it. Oh, super early free jump from Daniel is ineffective, and Rw9 places the double tap. I don't hate that from Daniel, but you do have to respect Rw9's aerial capabilities. He is not a one-trick pony who's going to try and just air dribble into reset from the ground every time. He does have phenomenal air control. He can do whatever he wants from these positions. Both players can today. Speaking of, do what you want. A goal of the day contender from Rw9, placed to perfection. He absolutely slings it into the top corner. I mean, Daniel free jumped the last shot, conceded, stayed on the ground for this one. He's conceded again. Sometimes, in ones especially, when the offensive drive is at an absolute peak, there is really not much you can do. How's Daniel's recovery here? He's in the area, and he's able to watch that one hit the post and run it into the open net at the other side. Great awareness by Daniel there. Rw9 biting off a bit more than he could chew. He knew that he was clean past Daniel, probably looking for a downward bounce with his first shot to the backboard there, not the outward bounce, which is a lot harder to get to, a lot harder to read. Not an ideal touch from Daniel. He's immediately under pressure here, but he's done well enough to force Rw9 away from the back corner boost. Continues to follow him. even beyond missing the first bump, connects on the second attempt at it. Daniel's fake challenge. Successful in getting Rw9 to flick the ball early and concede possession. But Rw9 put it in a position that at least secured the backcorner boost steal for himself. Both players dancing around the midfield right now, trying to match each other's every move. It's all about dodging demos, managing boosts, stealing boosts, and threatening shots. Daniel off the bar. Rw9 with a chance to counter. And Daniel's way out the game here. Rw9 might slow this down. No, he saw Daniel decide to flip towards him, so he's just going to score it. A minute and 4 left. Both players capitalizing on the other hitting the woodwork with the previous 2 goals. Solid kickoff for Rw9. He's given Daniel a lot of space here though. Daniel with all the time in the world to do what he wants, and he decides to catch the ball into an air dribble, gets the 50-50 and the reset at the same time, and that will give him enough acceleration to power the ball past Rw9. It was a good attempt by Rw9. He almost flew down into a second 50-50 here. Daniel with such control. I mean, he faked a dribble and actually took the ball to the air in the aftermath, so really trying to surprise Rw9 with every move here. Rw9, lovely catch, but Daniel's away and just escapes the demo once again. Perfect play from Daniel to secure possession. Decides to catch the ball instead of playing for the big air dribble once again. Thought about, in fact, running ahead for the demo there, but Rw9 gets away from him. Daniel will be pretty annoyed that he didn't get a shot off in that play. He might get one now. Rw9 did not want to leave that one up to chance. Closes the door on the near post, half flips through the ball to set up a counter-attack, and it looks like Daniel's not read that one. Rw9 just shoots, and it's in with 10 seconds to go. A bit of a lapse of concentration from Daniel. He did not expect Rw9 to shoot there. He turned thinking it's going to be a dribbling touch, thinking it's going to be a controlling touch to set up a 50, but Rw9 fires from distance just to check and see what Daniel's up to, and it works out. But can Daniel tie the game? 5 seconds left. His reset is there. Rw9 forces the ball wide into the corner. Daniel has to keep this up, and he will. He gets the bump off the back wall. Rw9 recovers and ties the series 1-1. Tense stuff. Rw9 absolutely on the edge of his seat there. But it was actually a mistake from Daniel. 2 mistakes from Daniel at the end of the game that allowed Rw9 to come back into this. Both players, in fact, pushing themselves to the limit with their offense, which is not something we often don't see from Rw9, and even to a lesser extent from Daniel. These guys are not the kind of players who overextend often, but I think they've decided to really just send it in this matchup, understanding that anything but the absolute perfection that they're capable of in offense will probably be saved. So if perfection is required, perfection will be pursued. 3 games to go. Remember that in a round-robin group stage, the likes of this, every game matters. That will be the first tiebreaker, should players be tied on series score. Daniel with the opener in game number 3. Rw9 is usually immaculate with his boost management. Run dry there. It's going inside almost every time, Rw9, and Daniel has not responded very well against it here. Look at what Daniel's trying to do. He's side onto the ball, forcing it to his right, but Rw9 is forcing it to his left, and that means that both players coming from opposite directions, hitting the ball the same way. Who wins? The more goal side player. Rw9 with a kickoff goal. Daniel able to stop it from happening twice in a row, but he is under immense pressure here. Thought he had time to pick up a couple small pads, and once again Rw9 just shoots over the top of him into the open net. Yeah, Daniel wanted to wave dash, grab at least 1 pad and maybe challenge. Rw9 shoots too early for him. Daniel still sticking to the same kickoff strat here. He's playing into Rw9's strong side. This is something he'll have to change if he wants to have better results. He's actually the player who started off with superior kickoffs in the first game. Since then, Rw9 has switched sides, really switched his predominant side that he's landing on. Remember, this is Daniel needs to be. He needs to get to the right side of this ball if he wants to have a better chance. There you go. But looks like he's a bit too high on the ball that time. Still ends up with a better result for himself, though. He's able to stay with this one, but he loses control. Daniel making a couple of mechanical mistakes there. Went for a wave dash recovery kickoff. Bounced off the top of the ball a little bit too much. And then panicked and flips a couple times ineffectively in order for Roas to run away from it. Again, Daniel kind of just bulldozed, but this time he does follow it up well with a good play. How aggressive is Daniel going to play this? Oh, well done. No boost to play with, but he doesn't need it. Daniel showing how effective a little drop and flip can be in ones. Just places it bottom corner. Ties the game off a very, very tricky position. Roas continuing to dominate kickoff, so Daniel needs to switch something up a little bit more here. He needs to find a higher success rate than he currently has, or else he's going to be in immense pressure for the remainder of the series. He's flipped past the ball, but he's actually landed right on it again. Well, this is something we used to see way back in the day. Players would miss a flick and land perfectly in a position to chip up the ball as it comes past them. It is rare to see these days, because most players get the flick right every time. But Daniel bringing back an old-fashioned play there, an old classic that used to win show matches and win tournaments as I'd say 4 or 5 years ago, that kind of range. Now Daniel does get a big kickoff win. Much better result with the wave dash recovery here. Both players leading really far back into these wave dash recovery kickoffs. Roas looking to see if Daniel's in a position to be demoed. Daniel actually getting a pretty fortunate bump onto Roas there, who was clean through otherwise. Roas still looking to bump him, but this time he's bounced off the top of Daniel's car. Daniel elusive as ever. It's a phenomenal pre-jump by Roas. Tries to get a counter-attack going immediately. Look at the pace Roas is able to maintain throughout that entire play, but pressure Daniel, not really. Roas still on the back foot. Thought about going for a second attempt at this. Thought better of it. Instead retreats for the in and out save. Looks like the ball will kindly bounce off the post. Daniel caught out of position while trying to collect it though. Roas within one off the back of a demo. Still a long time left in this game. There have been so many awkward little positions for these players to play in. Game's kind of ground to a halt as both players try to limit the options of the other. Look at the pace of Roas once again throwing himself onto the wall with the wave dash, threatening a turn. This time he'll go for it. Powers right through this. Daniel's actually been bumped away from the ball here and into the boost, so he'll come away with possession. Can he double up once again? Air dribble bump threatened. It's going to be a 50 instead. Roas blocks it, and he stays on the ball once again. I mean, this is unreal to see Roas reacting to these deceptive plays from Daniel. He's tried to chip him from close range. Daniel watches it go over the bar, and now he's the one with an incredible result from a 50-50 in defense. These guys are playing so well when they're putting the back foot now, starting to read each other to an incredibly high level. Roas gives Daniel a bit of space. I think he probably regrets that, given the position he's got for himself, but he still managed to close the door in the near post. 2 low 50s in a row for Daniel that Roas has deflected, confidently I might add. He's on top of Daniel after both of those 50s go against him. These sneaky little turns from Roas have been happening all day as well, where he just half flips through the ball, gets it past Daniel. This time a little single jump does the same thing. Daniel's pace being tested, but he's passing with flying colours at the moment, as you'd expect from a player like Daniel. Roas fake challenges starting to get more success as we go on here. Look at this from Daniel, the slowest goal of the day, but still super effective. Roas thought he could get back to catch up to that ball. Daniel had other ideas as he chips it over his head. Shamak, thanks for the Prime. Also, there will be Bears with the 25-month Prime. Welcome back. Swag Frog with his 26-month Tier 1. Welcome back to you as well. And Raspi Dabod, thanks for the 10-month Prime. Appreciate the support, guys. Oh, wow. The boost management from these guys. Daniel there had a little bit more than Roas was expecting. Oh, he's surprised him with an early pre-jump. Daniel almost able to collect a 7th goal for himself there, but he really went for it. And was that a necessary risk? Well, probably not. Anytime he misses this, it's an easy goal for Roas. Do you think Daniel's scoring that the majority of the time? It's up for debate. Daniel's incredible, but that was a real stretch to get to. Half flip kickoff for Daniel, but he's gone the wrong way and he is immediately punished. Well, it's a valid strategy, but Daniel's half flipped the wrong way there, and that actually slows him down. He can't get back to the ball and close down the slow dribble from Rw9 in time. Concedes a 6th. This time he's probably half flipped the right way, because if he's half flipping the wrong way on one side, he's probably doing it right on the other side. This time it does work out. Well, said Daniel's got to change up the kickoff strat, but I am absolutely gobsmacked that he doesn't know how to half flip both directions. The player as mechanical as him should be able to do that. Oh, that's an unbelievable save. Daniel gets bumped there, but he dodges after the bump in order to deny Rw9 the lead with just a few seconds remaining. Now the double tap will secure it. Daniel up by 1 with 12 seconds left. A ridiculous defensive stand sets up an unbelievable offensive play. Daniel does it right at both ends of the field. Rw9 has been winning the majority of the kickoffs in this third game, and he'll win this one as well. Daniel's landed poorly. Leaves Rw9 to play the ball however which way he wants, but Rw9 doesn't get the first touch that he wanted there. Daniel's going to try double and 0. Of course he gets it right. No doubt for Daniel. He's up 2-1. Now that was a risky position though. Rw9 really had a poor first touch. He'll be disappointed that he's shipped that one straight towards his opponent there. If he gets it a bit more up in the air, then it's more dangerous, more difficult for Daniel to just rush in and challenge him. If he just catches it, he's going to be in a threatening position as well. But neither of those things happen. Daniel able to hold on in defense after kind of throwing the game. I might go back and watch that later to see what's up with Daniel's half flip kickoff. But I mean, I've talked about this at length on my stream and on RLCS as well. That to me, it doesn't make any sense that any professional Rocket League player doesn't know how to half flip slightly left, slightly right. It's so simple. Like, I don't even play controller and I'm confident I could do it both ways. But you know, sometimes in the high pressure situations, you want to stick to what you know. And if Daniel always half flips one way, then maybe he just doesn't have the confidence to pull it out in the high pressure situation. I don't think the half flip kickoff is actually viable unless you're half flipping the right way. I don't believe in it if you're half flipping the wrong way. So you should really try and do it. Half flip on KBM is easier. Yeah, it is, but I can do it on controller. I've played controller a couple times, and I know it's actually not difficult on controller either. You just point your joystick at either 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock, flip, and then throw your joystick upwards when it's when your car's upside down. It's really simple. But what Daniel did there is he pointed his joystick at 7 o'clock when he should be pointing it at 5. So he took a bit of a scenic route back to the goal. A great bump by Daniel. Rw9 trying to get the boost on spawn here. Does so. Daniel's survived phenomenally well in this matchup on low boost. It's something Rw9 is well known for, but not something we often see Daniel have to do in a lot of the matches he's played recently. He's the player with the boost advantage the majority of the time. Probably a little double off his own backboard there to clear the danger. Wicked pre-jump from Daniel. Where on earth's he going there? Well, I'm not sure if that one was the position to be doing it in. Rw9 saw that one coming a little bit too early for it to work. But hey, Rw9 is definitely going to be scared of playing any air dribbles from defense, so it's not a complete full loss, at least for Daniel. He's lost the same kickoff goal he lost earlier. He's very side onto the ball here. It's not worked out too well for him today to be approaching the ball from that side. Okay, this time he counters the style of kickoff Rw9 is going for by mirroring it, and had a good chance there to score. Rw9 stops it pretty easily though and slots an open net to make it 3-0. Well, Daniel, you can never blame him. He's a player who's, you know, such incredible mechanical ability that any shot he goes for is technically viable because he does just have the ability to pull anything out of the bag. But Rw9's defense is like no one else's. You have to have a follow-up plan. He does here. He's got the contingency of a good 50-50 should this not work. So, yes, threatening the reset, but he's got the ability to get behind the ball if he sees the challenge coming towards it. Interesting new camera angles. Yeah, shout out Ben for the camera angle series, testing out some stuff. I'm not able to stream right now on my own PC. It's in the repair shop, so got Ben coming in to broadcast these matches for us. He did the other MENA tournaments as well, but he did two of them. He did the MENA ProDrops tournament. 2 days of content there on Twitch. So if you enjoyed that, be sure to give him a follow at BNTSWRL on Twitter. Jenkgar, thanks to the Prime, and also Speedball. I think I said thanks already, but cheers for the 10 months. Yeah, if anyone's here who was tuning in last night for the ranking stream, then really appreciate the support that you guys are giving me there. I don't thank subs audibly during ranking streams because there's constantly someone talking and I don't want to interrupt. I do appreciate you guys showing support even when I'm not saying anything. It's something I've experimented with over the years. There's a very clear drop-off in, as you'd expect, in sub count when you don't have alerts on, when you don't have the text-to-speech on. You know, text-to-speech, Brian, back in the day, gave us some good content, but I think these days I've gone away from it because I wanted to just focus more on the actual matches and focus more on chat and not so much on interacting with a text-to-speech. But yeah, there's definitely a drop-off in sub count when you don't use text-to-speech, when you don't use alerts, but I've preferred not to anyway. Just because I think it is better content when you don't have that. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to do, is make the best content I can. And yeah, I've got other revenue streams, so I don't need to be hitting sub records to keep doing what I'm doing. What's a save by Rawas? He's really putting Daniel under a lot of pressure here. We're likely to see this scoreline get run up because I think Daniel's probably going to go all in a bunch. And Rawas, against players who are going all in, has to do pretty well. Other revenue streams, the Crypto Bro, I'm definitely not. Of course, I'm referring to RLCS casting and YouTube. Fantastic recovery by Daniel. This time the pre-jump on Rawas air dribble is successful. So he's, failed once this game by going for this strategy, but this time it works out because he does it from slightly closer range, so there's less time for Rawas to react. I think that's the key for Daniel if he's planning to pre-jump, is he needs to do it when he's got momentum, when he's already close to Supersonic, and he needs to do it from a bit closer range, so Rawas can't counter it like he did for the opening goal earlier this game. Look at this, Rawas bumping Daniel into saving his own shot and crushes him in a 50-50. Daniel's going to have time to get back here. But what's Rawas got planned? Reset, wave dash in the landing. The ground shot lacking power. Still puts Daniel in a compromised position. He kind of botches his landing there. Rawas will be quite happy to watch the clock tick away here, but this is not ideal for him. Daniel lands the bump this time. Rawas tried to go over the top of him. That's how he saved the last couple. Daniel has countered him. He knows that that's probably where Rawas is going to be, so he just flies a little bit further in front of the ball and makes good contact. Yeah, I'll upload the top 24. I'll probably do that after the MENA tournament is done. We've got, today and 3 more days, I believe, of ProDrops MENA 1's content for YouTube, and then that'll leave, I think, the Monday to be the top 25 list. This is phenomenal by Daniel. He is really committing to the bump strategies. I said that I thought the scoreline would run up, but I didn't think Daniel was going to keep bumping. This is fantastic. He just walks this one in. Now he's within 1. I really expected Daniel to be going for double reset kind of plays, air dribble kind of plays, and I didn't think it was going to work, but it seems like Daniel also thought that wouldn't work and played for a different strategy completely, something that didn't work at the start of this game. Daniel believed it could work at the end, and indeed it has. He's going for it again here, another air dribble. This time he's behind the ball. It's a bit of a dunk on it. Rawas quickly back to get the second save. Now Daniel's got a much better position for himself. Reset is his. Rawas will put a stop to that one, but messes up a wave dash. And oh, he does just get the boost on spawn. Daniel will know that, but he's low 50'd him anyway. And Rawas just not able to connect with one of his most famous plays. And that is to pre-jump on the goal line and then fly down into a winning 50-50 anyway. This time he loses it. Daniel has completed the comeback. Can he win the series right here and give himself a fantastic start to the group stage? Pre-jump for Rw9 is needed. And a 50-50 win with no boost follows it up, but he's got nothing left to counter-attack with. I mean, that's crazy defense from Rw9, but he is desperately hanging on in these positions. Air dribble denied by Daniel. He's quickly onto the ball here. He's going to try one of his own. Final 10 seconds. Rw9 with a dodge saves it. Stays on top of the ball and clears. But once again, it's Daniels. He's the one who is continuing to see success in possession late in the game, and he can go completely all in here. 0-second air dribble for Daniel, and it's saved once again by Rw9. Has he actually get this up? No way. Oh, he shoots it first time, and it hits the ground. I cannot believe it. I thought Rw9 was going to catch this, but he trusted himself to hit the power shot. But it has not worked. And now Daniel with a kickoff goal completes the series. He takes it in 4. Rw9 will be devastated. What a disaster for him. He had an opportunity on 0 seconds after defending at a level that really only he can. But Daniel comes back in game 4 to win it. Unbelievable. He puts himself in a phenomenal place in the group. 3-1 over Rw9, who was, I think, most people's favorite coming into this, even with a ping disadvantage. With Jack and Rw9 playing right after this, Rw9 could do Daniel a favor by beating Jack. Or I don't know if that's even what he wants. Maybe he wants Jack to beat Rw9 just to get him out of contention here, and then have Jack versus Daniel really decide who's the favorite of the group. Of course, we've got Jory's in here as well. It's stacked. Everybody's got a chance to win this one. But wow, what a series. Incredible stuff from Daniel.